Many people think blood tastes good. That's why it became an ingredient for some delicacies around the world. Blood sausages, there's even blood cake, and here in the Philippines, the very famous dinuguan, and many more blood-based dishes. But many people ask, why do members of the Church of Christ not eat blood? Well, actually, the answer is pretty simple. God commands us not to eat blood. Since when did God prohibit the eating of blood? God commanded Noah not to eat blood. We can read this in Genesis 9:1-4. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even as the green herbs. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. If you notice, God gave Noah all the food that he can eat, but there is one exemption. God told Noah, you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. God even commanded the ancient Israelites that when they hunt for food, they must pour out the animal's blood and cover it with soil. No one among you shall eat blood. He shall pour out its blood and cover it with dust. It's obvious he doesn't want people to eat blood. What about in our time, the Christian era? This prohibition is still in effect to this day. We can read that in Acts 21:25. We decided that they must not eat any food that has been offered to idols, or any blood, or any animal that has been strangled. God doesn't just make prohibitions. He has his reasons. He doesn't want people to eat blood because it's not food. Then, what is blood? Blood is essential. When we lose too much of it, it's critical. When it stops running through our veins, we die. Blood is not just important, it's life. And God, as stated in the Bible, doesn't want us to eat life. Only be sure that you do not eat the blood, for the blood is the life. You may not eat the life with the meat. Another reason is that blood has a God-given purpose. In the time of the ancient Israelites, God commanded the people to offer blood on the altar to take away their sins. Blood, which is life, takes away sins. And most importantly, Christ's blood was used to redeem those who will be saved. How much more shall the blood of Christ cleanse your conscience from dead works to serve the living God? It's clear then, God intended blood to be sacred. Don't eat blood. It won't end well when you do it. Why? People who eat blood become enemies of God. I will set my face against that person who eats blood and will cut him off from among his people. God's enemies will be consumed by fire, or they will not be saved. All that is left is to wait in fear for the coming judgment and the fierce fire which will destroy those who oppose God. So basically, blood, if eaten, will harm you. Now think about it. Would you eat something if you know that it will harm you? Now you're thinking. Take good care of your soul. Don't eat blood.